Alright, good morning. Welcome to another episode of BMW Build Jekyll and Hyde on Throttle House. Now, what happened last night was I was driving the truck to go pick up the 330 motor, and yeah, I spun off the road because it was icy. I did two 360s. Actually, as soon as the rear snapped, I removed all the weight from the back of the car so that I could fit the engine in there. We had sandbags and stuff in it. But what ended up happening was there was black ice all over the road, and I was going up a slight, kind of like a slight incline, but I was pretty much straight. Lit up the rear tires, the car went sideways, and I went, Jesus, take the wheel. I had absolutely no chance whatsoever. So I did two 360s and slammed into the ditch, and I completely de-beated the tire. Now, this would just be not a big deal at all. I wouldn't have vlogged about it. But this is literally what happens to me every time. Everything's going fine, and then everything happens all at once. I broke the lug, where is it? Here. I broke the key. Don't use these. They're stupid. So now I can't get the last bolt off. So now I can't get the tire off to take it to a shop. So now I can't get the engine. Yeah. Yeah. This episode's going well so far. Okay, I got the wheel off. The ticket to doing this is that you get one of these types of sockets. Okay? With the little ridges on it like that. I happen to have some in a kit, and then you hammer it aggressively onto the lock nut, and that's probably never coming out. And even if it is, the socket's probably shot. But you lose the socket. But I got this thing off, so now I can take this tire in. I don't think I damaged anything actually in the crash. I spun off the road, and I got really lucky. There was a very small ditch and then a grassy wall, and I just spun into. Come around here. You can see. I mowed the lawn with the front a little bit, right? And then the front hit impacted, and then it whipped the back around, and the back tire hit the wall, and it just de-beated the tire. The tire doesn't look damaged or anything, but I don't think the rim is bent. We'll find out when we take it in, but I need this truck to pick up engine parts, so it needs to work. Oh, also, if you have a Nissan Titan, I don't know about you, but the spare tire does not come down. This is a 2008, and there's like this pulley system. You like crank it, and the tire lowers on a chain, like a 3-to-1 pulley chain. But it was completely rusted, and the thing that holds the wheel underneath was seized to the hub. So I spent, like, in the middle of the night, last night, like 1 a.m., like 3 hours hammering and banging on my back on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere until I finally gave up, and I called CAA, and CAA came, and they tried to get it off, and they couldn't. So then I called CAA a second time, and they came with a tow truck and towed me here so that I could just jack up the tire and take this one in. So this is all a massive waste of time, and it has absolutely nothing to do with BMW Build Jekyll and Hyde on Throttle House. Okay, round 2 of picking up 330 motor. Don't crash the car, don't crash the car, don't crash the car. Alright, just picked up the M54. It's from an E39 5 series. So the wiring harness is different, and a lot of things are different, and it's really dirty. This is going to be more work than I thought, as it always is. Sorry for the wind noise. I'm going to strap this down as best we can, right? Alright, I don't think that's going anywhere. Nope. This engine's gonna need a lot of work, I think. Really, no matter how I slice this. Because, yeah, it's kind of dirty. No doubt about that. Okay. Let's roll. I'm in a truck yard. It's a very random place to pick up an engine. Honestly, I just handed that guy 430 bucks. I have no idea how well. He did a compression test, he showed me the images, and he has a video of it running, and he has proof that it's an M54 B30. So I mean, that's better than nothing, isn't it? Alright, I got the engine safely back here so that I can put it in the Time Attack car, Dr. Jekyll. This is a 330 from an E39. So it's a little bit different here and there. The wiring harness is different. And this one's in actually pretty rough shape, I'll be honest. There's a lot of oil leaks, so I'm pretty much just going to strip the engine down as far as I have time to do, and redo, oil filter housing gasket, valve cover gasket. I'm going to put my wiring harness on it from the 325, so it made up. It was still MS43, so I don't have to do any fancy stuff. Just swap the wiring harnesses over. I'm going to put new spark plugs in it. I'm going to put all of my ignition coils in it from other ones. I know they work. Yeah, we're going to see if this thing holds up. Right now I'm just going to get it out of the truck. This is my plan here. I'm just going to hoist it up and I'm going to drive the truck away. Actually, I decided while it's up in the air, I'm going to take the wiring harness off it right now. Just because it's so easy to see and I can show you where all the stuff is you have to take off. This guy's intake boot was completely cracked around here. This is where you get a lot of vacuum leaks because this gets hard, and this thing's rock hard, right? You have to replace these every once in a while. Okay, way to undo all these connectors, the easy way. Almost all of them are like this little wire where you push a little small screwdriver and just pry gently, and they pop right off. Like so. There we go. I'm going to take the valve cover off. I'm kind of worried that this engine's going to have a lot of sludge. I just have that feeling based on the rest of what it looks like. I don't even want to see under here, but I got to change the valve cover gasket anyway. Okay, let's do it. Dirty. Alright, moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. What do the camshafts look like? Oh, that's not that bad. I've seen worse. Look at that. Gasket. Oh, look at that. Oh man, I can't even get it off. Good design, BMW. Good design. Listen. See a bit of burning on the tops of the pistons. We're going to put these in. Be careful installing spark plugs. You really, really don't want to cross thread. So I'm going to remove the Vanos because I have an extra Vanos unit that I can use. This one's kind of gunged up, and I don't know, I haven't driven this car, so I have no idea if this Vanos is any good, but I am going to remove it anyway because I have one that I know is good for sure. These actually have quite a bit of torque on them. There we go. Put this on the list of things you don't want to ever strip. Yep, like that, like that. Okay, these are reverse threaded. Pressure it. And they're only like a couple foot-pounds. This should come off nicely. No more oil. Alright, this is a rebuilt Vanos unit with new seals from Bayesian systems, whatever that's called, I can't remember. The seals were really good when I put them in last time, and this improved the lower end of my previous car. So we're gonna put it in this one. Okay, so I wasn't recording because I'm foolish when I put in the little guys in there, 8 Newton meters, the ones that are reverse threaded. These guys 37 foot-pounds, and the Vanos unit is back in the car. Let's do the valve cover now. And the top end part here is done. I've got a block-off plate for my secondary air pump. AC is going to be gone. I removed the power water pump, going to put another one in there. I'm going to remove the oil filter housing and put a new tensioner on. Oil filter housing gasket's going on, and then this is pretty much, I'm going to remove this so I can put my catch can install that I've got in and check the DESA valve. And I'm going to do the oil pan and the engine mounts. Pretty much the only thing left on this thing is going to be the block and the head. Yeah, that's good, I guess. I'm going to put a little bit of RTV sealant on a few key areas, namely, oh, that's rubbery. That. Right here and here, in these corners. Okay, that's probably too much. These have a little corners. On. Okay, these are only 7 foot-pounds, so don't hit them with the impact gun. I'm just using this to screw them in really quick. By the time this... Alright, that's all we're going to do for the engine today. Next video on the engine, I think, will probably be a Tom Parkin oil pump upgrade. I have to swap the oil pans between the two engines. But everything else on the engine is done-ish, kind of. I'm still waiting on a couple parts here and there, but it's boring stuff. And then that engine is ready to go back in Dr. Jekyll. But anyway, that is all for now. Subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss any of Project BMW Jekyll and Hyde. I've got so much stuff coming at you. We haven't even started driving these cars yet, and already it's exciting. People are following along. I'm doing all the cool stuff to these cars, so make sure you tune in and don't miss a video.